Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, where we decode the language of corporate filings and let you know what it all means for you. And today we are diving into a company called BTC Labs Incorporated. And let me tell you, this filing is packed with some interesting details about a company trying to build something new in the blockchain world. So buckle up and get ready. So what is this document all about? At its core, B.T.C.S. Labs Incorporated is filing this to register its common stock. Think of it as the company officially saying, "Hey world, we have stock and we want to be more transparent about our business." This is a pretty standard step for companies looking to become more public and accountable. The company itself is called B.T.C.S Labs Incorporated, and it describes itself as a public benefit corporation. That is a fancy term that basically means they have a dual mission. On one hand, they want to make money, and on the other, they are legally committed to doing good for society, specifically by promoting and advancing the decentralized finance and blockchain ecosystem. They want to build services that act as a public good, like supporting open source blockchain technology, or making decentralized finance easier for everyone to use. It is like they want to build a better internet for finance and data, but also make a profit doing it. Now, when you're looking at a company that is just starting out, you always have to consider the risks. And this filing is very upfront about that. They mention they are a development stage company with no operating history. This means they haven't made any money yet and might never make a profit. Investors could potentially lose all the money they put in. It is like investing in a brand new restaurant on day one. You hope it becomes a hit, but there is a real chance it might not even survive its first year. And who is running the show right now? It is pretty much a one-man band. Charles Allen is listed as the sole officer and director. While he has valuable experience, his limited availability due to other commitments could really slow things down. This is a classic key person risk if something happens to that one person, or if they just get too busy, the whole company can suffer. They really need to bring in more people to get things moving. Now let's talk about money, because that is a big part of any business. This company needs a lot more cash to do what it wants to do. They plan to raise funds through selling more stock or taking out loans, but here is the catch: it is not guaranteed they'll get that funding. And if they do get it, it might mean existing shareholders own a smaller piece of the company, or the terms of the loan could limit what the company can do. It is a tough balancing act. And of course, we have to talk about the elephant in the room, or rather the blockchain in the room. Their whole business relies on blockchain technology and digital assets becoming more popular. This market is still pretty new and has a lot of unknowns. If people don't widely adopt blockchain, or if there are major issues with security or how well it works, then BTC Labs' plans could really fall apart. Remember that public benefit part? Well, it comes with its own set of risks, because they have to balance making money with doing good. They might spend money on projects that help the blockchain community, but don't actually make them any profit. Some investors might not like this, preferring companies that are purely focused on maximizing shareholder returns. It is like donating your company's profits to charity, which is great for society, but maybe not so much for your bottom line. Right now, you can't just go and buy shares of BTC Labs on a stock exchange. There isn't an established market for their stock. This makes it really hard for investors to buy or sell their shares easily. Even if a market does start, there is no guarantee it will be active or liquid enough to get a good price for your shares. Let S peek into the financials, because that is where the rubber meets the road. For the period right after they were formed, up until December of 2024, they didn't have any revenue. Their expenses at that point were pretty much just the costs of setting up the company and paying professionals to get this registration statement ready. It is a typical picture for a brand new business. Fast forward to September 2025, and they now have about $41,939 in cash. This money came from issuing stock. They sold shares to Charles Allen and to a related company called B.T.C.S Equity Partners, LLC. This initial funding is what is keeping the lights on. They made about $50,000 in total from these stock sales. Looking at their operations for the 9 months ending in September of 2025, they reported a net loss of $6,467. This is a huge number in the grand scheme of things, but it shows that even with just the initial setup and professional fees, they are spending more than they are making. This is very common for startups. Now, when we look at basic loss per S-hair for that same 9-month period, it comes out to $1.02. This basically means that for every share of stock out there, the company lost $1.02 during that time. It is a way to see how the loss is spread across the ownership. And this brings us to a really important point in their financial statements. The auditors flagged that the company's ability to keep operating depends heavily on its ability to get more money. They've incurred losses and they have very little cash. While they plan to seek more funding, there is no guarantee they'll get it. This is known as a going concern issue, and it means there is a real question about whether the company will be around in the next year without new funding. It is the auditor's way of saying, be aware this company is on shaky ground financially. The company is authorized to issue preferred stock, but they do not have any issued or outstanding right now. This means they have the option to create a different class of stock with different rights, but they haven't done so yet. They are authorized to issue a massive amount of common stock, 2 billion shares to be exact, with a par value of $0.001 per S-share. Right now, they have 500,000 shares of common stock issued and outstanding. This is the stock that investors are buying into. It is important to note that as of the 30th of September 2025, all of the outstanding shares, which were 500,000 at that time, were held by Charles Allen or an entity he controls. This means he has complete control over the company S stock right now. So, what is my take on BTC Labs Incorporated? Well, they're playing in a very exciting and rapidly evolving space, the blockchain and decentralized finance world. Their public benefit mission is admirable, and if they can genuinely contribute to the ecosystem while building a sustainable business, that would be a win for everyone. However, the risks are substantial. They are a very early stage company, heavily reliant on a single individual for leadership right now, and their financial situation is precarious. The success of this venture will hinge on their ability to secure significant funding, attract and retain key talent, and navigate the complex and often volatile blockchain landscape. The fact that they are a public benefit corporation adds another layer where balancing profit with purpose will be crucial and potentially a point of contention for some investors. There is a lot of ambition here, but also a long road ahead with plenty of hurdles to overcome. Alright, that is our deep dive into the BTC. Labs Incorporated filing, what are your thoughts on their dual mission of profit and public good in the blockchain space? Let me know in the comments below. If you found this breakdown valuable, give this video a like and subscribe for more corporate insights. Don't forget to join our Discord community. The link is in the description for more discussions. Thanks for watching Corporate Decoder. We'll see you in the next one.